I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down?
It was times where there were moments where I should have went for a big deal. I went for a mentor. And in that mentor deal, it might have made me feel small, but it didn't make, I wasn't looking at it like that. I remember working for LA I was telling, my card said intern.
You standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down?
What's up, world? It's your boy Big Court of the Holdin Court podcast. You already know what it is, and we back here one more again, and I got my beautiful, lovely oldest daughter, Rachel Renee.
What's up,
You
world?
already know what it is. We doing our thing. So listen, man, we still down here in the A, man. We done came from the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? We done came down here to the A to get some of the biggest, some of the most influential guests, and we planting our flag down here. It's all love. So today we got a special guest, man, and I've been following this brother on social media. I've been seeing him for many years. He was behind the scenes, but here recently he's come from the shadows, and he's dropping a lot of knowledge, a lot of game. I even learned shit coming from the music business. I've even learned shit. So man, we got the homie Ray Daniels. What's good, brother?
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you. That was a pretty good intro, man.
I appreciate that.
Really, you know, I always tell people when I do podcasts, like I'm like obsessed with like the setups, right? You know, like how many cameras, how many things? Because it's like y'all do one, and it's like you know sometimes you be like, can we do that? No, you can't do that. And I'm like, they're doing it. Right. So I'm just
Nah, that's a fact.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming, brother.
Sure.
I mean, to your point, always stay a student. Always remain pliable. Yeah.
But you have to you start dying when you stop growing.
That's right.
And
That's right.
It's mental growth too. People just act like it's like body now. Your mind got to grow too. Just because your body is grown don't mean that this is slipping.
Yeah. Hey, so, you know, as I said on the intro, I've been seeing you on social media, and I tap in with your content.
Appreciate that.
Very informative.
Thank you.
You and Demiza, y'all kind of be, you know,
of course I know Demiza,
y'all kind of be spitting the same type of game.
That's my guy.
Yeah, shout out to Demiza. And
discovered him on Instagram too. They know him from the music. Just
right.
Seeing them giving information, it takes one to know one.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
That's
to
right.
Demiza.
That's right. And so, but I want to kind of tap in on your history a little bit. So you're from, I know you're from the East Coast, but you grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a little war right now because everybody wants me to claim New York.
Okay.
So my family from New York are like, you're a New Yorker. And I'm like, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Old National.
Yeah.
I'm an Atlanta guy. And my reasoning for that is because there's two reasons. I moved to Atlanta when I was 11. I just turned 12. Moved to Atlanta, and I'm New York. I'm the kid, New York. And I went back to New York when I was 14. I never forget. I was like, I missed the place. You know, I moved out with my family. I'm a kid. And I go back to New York, and they're talking to me crazy. Shut your country, old country. I'm like, no, I'm New York. No, New York, you little country nigga. I'm like, well, that's how I treat us. So I went back to Atlanta, and I was like, I'm from here. I'll be from here because they don't make you feel bad. You know, it's like Atlanta is different. It's like y'all see y'all here. It's like we welcome y'all here. Like please stay.
Right.
Like, we want you here. It's not like that. So, but I claim Atlanta. Been here since 1991. So it's my city.
Hey, I know how that is, bro.
Come on.
I'm born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri.
Got you. Okay.
My daughter was
I'm a
born.
halfie.
She's a halfie, right?
Got you.
But we moved to LA 22 years ago.
Got you.
So it's kind of that thing too. It's like people in Kansas City kind of like, nigga, you Hollywood now.
Yeah.
Right.
But see, I'm glad you said that because Hollywood is like, no matter where you're at in the world, you act in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm in Hollywood. Does that give me permission?
Right.
Because all I'm doing is acting like the town. Right. It's like, you act in Hollywood. Well, that's where I'm from. Like, I'm like, there's another way to act, you know?
Yeah.
No, we saw that. We see that. And I like that you touched on that because I was just telling my sister, I said it's funny because when I'm in Kansas City, they hear nothing but, my homie and about time. But then when I'm in Cali, they hear y'all and Pop and friend. They like, oh, you ain't, from here.
Yeah, it's just all different experiences.
It's funny how you coming from the hood, you know, and you kind of tethered to the community. Yeah. Because for me, it's like coming from Kansas City, I still claim Kansas City, but I start recently claiming LA too because I've been there almost half my life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But then in LA, some of them claim you, but then they kind of like, but you're not. Yeah, you're a transplant.
See, Atlanta is not like that. Like Atlanta, they just separate you by you a Grady baby. It's really three ways to separate you in Atlanta. Either you're a Grady baby, which means you were born in the hospital here. You went to school here, which makes you official, right? Or you moved here for a career or school or whatever. I moved here I went to middle school here. So 7th grade, 8th grade, I'm in Atlanta going to school. So my whole life is like, I have to give Atlanta credit because I would be nothing if I was in New York.
Yeah.
Atlanta was the first place where it's like, I still have family members living in Patterson Projects that I left in 91.
Wow.
In Atlanta, you're not supposed to live in the same place unless it's a house that you bought, right? Like in Atlanta, it's not like you don't live in, like there's nobody in Hidden Woods where I grew up at right now that was there when I was there in 93. Like it's just in Atlanta, it's like 3-4 years max. In Atlanta, they want upward movement and it's all black people. So, you know, it's just encouraged to be more here. It's almost frowned upon if you're not trying to do something here.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like you're not trying, like you ain't trying to get none here. Like, cause it's all my friends own houses, like all my friends own property. Like it's just a good place to be, man. And coming to Atlanta, seeing all these black people doing great, it was the first time I was like, wow. Like, you know, it was on TV, it was the Cosby Show. Right. And then think about it, they were doctors and a lawyer. It's like, when I moved to Atlanta, I saw some of my friends, my mom worked for Coca-Cola, my dad works for this railroad, and they still, it's like, you don't have to be a doctor or lawyer to have a house in a yard here. That's what I thought. So Atlanta really opened my mind to like, what opportunities black people have if they just honor the opportunity, right? It goes like when you talk about Dubai. It's like, I'm really big on like, you know, when you from the hood, they don't talk about this enough, but when you from the hood, you have a hood mentality.
That's right.
You have a limited mentality.
That's
all
right.
you can think about is this block you're on, right? So, you know, showing people that there's a world out there where there are people who don't care about the shoes you wear.
Yeah, that's right.
There are people that don't care about, you know, what you have in your house. They care about who you are, you know? So, yeah, so Atlanta really made me. So I like to give it that credit because without it, I don't know where I would be. So I don't even want to be disrespectful to what it made me. You know?
Let me ask you, being that you said that, me and my daughter was talking about this. I was joking with them. What's the difference?
Ask me anything. Let's go.
There's a distinction between Atlanta and Georgia.
Okay, so I call that Southern versus country. Atlanta is Southern, right? Like T.I. is Southern, right? And, you know, it's Southern. You can hear it. But if you're from New York, you sure can follow, right? Baton Rouge is country.
That's right.
You know what I'm trying to say? You know, it's like country. So, and they'll claim that, by the way. That's so it's nothing bad. It's like, it's like, dog, I'm going to see my family in Macon. What you gonna say? I'm going to the country, right? So they're more country. So there's a difference between country folks and Southern folks, right? So I consider myself Southern, right? I wasn't, you know, you're not gonna see me sitting outside on the porch like
you ain't on the
fish fry. Like I'm not that country, right? I'm Southern. Like I'm gonna speak to you. I came in here, I spoke to everybody, I hug everybody. Like it's love. That's the Southern side of me. But I'm not country. Like I still know what sneakers to wear. I still know. I'm just being honest with you. Like, but by the way, when you go to the country, that's the niggas that's cool in the country are the niggas that come to the South cities and get the clothes and be like, we don't know about these. Oh, okay. So it's like, you know, but that's the difference between country and Southern. It's country living versus Southern living.
Well, in terms of race relations, because Atlanta, you know, now you go outside of Atlanta, I don't know, you might get caught in one of these sundown towns.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm probably gonna challenge you, Court, in a way where you don't like it. I much rather live next door to a redneck who voted for Trump, who makes it known where he stands on all issues, than a fake Democrat covert because we live next to each other. He think we friends, but they don't want their child dating my child.
That makes sense.
So for me, it's like it goes back to like my whole makeup. Even when me talking online, everything about me has to be rooted in truth. Because when you come from nothing and you trying to be something, you ain't got nothing but honesty.
That's right.
You can't fool you. It's like you can't lie. It's like, I'm broke. Okay, cool. What can I do not? It's like, that's the truth. What can I do not be broke? Okay, cool. I don't have money to go and eat. So, you know, you reaching for the information to understand, and, you know, I got to hear. And, you know, I'll say this, man, like I've never experienced racism in Georgia in my life. Now I can experience moments where you might have said that was racist, but there was not an N-word said. There was not so for me, and you know, when you're black, you naturally go to, is it because I'm black? It's funny because I had this white boy group that was signed to me, and, you know, 5 white boys, and, you know, they just 19, 20, they're young boys. So, you know, I had a crib in the city. I just let them stay there. So, you know, we grinding. Like, y'all stay at my crib while I grind it out. Man, they called the police on them white boys every day. They ride their skateboard through the neighborhood. Why these kids riding skateboard through the neighborhood? I would have swore to God that if they were black, y'all was doing it because they were black.
Wow.
So you start understanding it's really just about peace, but I've never experienced racism in the South. Now, do I know it exists? Absolutely. Have I ever been called out of my name or heard it? Never. So, no.
So you've experienced pretty much implicit bias.
Yes. And I'm by the way, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Right? Because I think that us as black people should show the same thing, right? It's like, nah, like I'm gonna lean on into you more because you look like me. I understand you and I can relate to you more. So, you know, I think we should all lean into that because, you know, like it's weird. Like, by the way, racism exists. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying I haven't dealt with it, but it's when I'd rather you call me a nigga, you have a KKK outfit on so I can tell my kids don't go over there. Rather than you say, welcome your kids over here, but I know you don't want them to doing as good as your kids. I mean, and that's a lot of California. A lot of California. And I feel bad for black people that live in California because, especially black women, because you got to compete with all these other races and all these other cultures, and they might be a little bit more giving. And black men might be like, oh, I love it over here. Well, her father and her mother didn't have the problems and the struggles that your father, your mother did. So I got to give my sister a pass, right? So for me, it's like, I just hate to see black people live amongst people that think they're less than. That ain't that in Atlanta, baby.
I like that you
and
touched
ain't
on
no,
that.
ain't nothing in Atlanta, baby. Like, listen, ain't none of that in Atlanta. Like, even if you racist and you hate black folks, you gonna be respectful here because you know we ain't playing. So it's different, and I like it better that way. I always say I like Atlanta because you know you a nigga, and when you in LA, you might forget. You might party at the right party and forget it, and you like, I got the right girls around you, you got the right friends, and you might forget you black, like OJ.
So you think it's important to keep that at the forefront?
Hey, bro,
of
listen,
mind?
my superpower is my skin color because it's the first thing they see when they see me. So I already know what you're thinking or what you could be thinking because of who I am. So now I can disarm you, or I can lean into. I could be like, or I could be like, hey, how you doing? It's like, oh, you're not like that. Why would you think that? You know, maybe you need to run into more like us.
That's interesting because us coming from the Midwest, coming from Kansas City, you're made to feel your color. Right. So when we moved to LA, it was a little bit different. I had to adjust because in Kansas City, people would see my stature or they see you in something nice. They automatically assume you sold dope or athlete. We moved to Brentwood, which is a affluent area in LA.
Of course.
Exactly. And I remember telling my wife, I had braids. I still look like a gangbanger, right?
For sure.
But the white people over there treated me differently because it was almost like, oh, you can afford to be over here.
You're different.
So you're different.
Beat like them.
I had to adjust to that.
And for me, I hate that because what people don't understand is they're still qualifying you.
Yes.
They're still saying, you know what, Court, sit here, you qualify.
Right.
I could sit there if I didn't qualify.
Right.
I don't give you can't qualify me. I qualify me. So to me, it's the power, it's the equalness. It's one of the things where it's this famous picture on Instagram where they show the top of the picture, they show 3 guys and they all same height and they behind this wall. And then they go behind the wall, then they say equity, equality.
And it's all different.
Yes, and it's all, and you see somebody is taller, somebody's shorter. And it's like, this guy's short. We might need to give him a stand and this guy doesn't. And, you know, to me, I look at it through that lens of like what's fair? Like, why are you comparing yourself to them? Like, I used to love being in LA and they'd be like, oh, you know, I know the funny jokes they make about Atlanta. Oh, Ray, you should see Ray's house. Oh my God, it's so big. And it's like, yeah, I'm Atlanta rich. Don't worry about it. I couldn't afford to live out here. As long as I can't afford to live out here with y'all like that, y'all love me, right? The minute that I live next door to you, it's like, nigga, you are doing a little too much for us, bro. So, you know, like, and you know, racism, true racism is subtle. You know, like racism back in the day was very in your face, very like, you know, obvious. You know, racism is subtle, right? Like I wrote a letter to the music industry, dear white music execs. I was basically saying, hey, white friends, here's what we did with as black people, right? We told we got to work twice as hard to make what? Half as much, right? Isn't that what we all been taught, right? And so I'm just letting my white counterparts know, hey, here's what it's like to be black. So sometimes when you're trying to understand why we're not doing things that you think we should do, it's a miracle we here. We the smart ones. We the ones that knew when to shut our fucking mouth and when to talk. We knew it. So for me, I write this letter They love me. I'm like Jerry Maguire. I walk in the room and they clapping for me. Ray, thank you for that. We appreciate that. The whole time they was out for me, out to get me.
Yeah.
I'd rather you tell me you my enemy.
Yeah.
Than I think you my friend the whole time you out to get me.
Yeah.
So when it was for me, they kind of forced me out the music industry because of how they did it. Like, because they basically threw dirt on my name inadvertently because they told me to tell everybody that I'm not going nowhere. I'm only going to work for them because they love me. And then 3 days before my contract is up, they say we changed our mind. Now, what do you think other people are saying? What did you do? Why did they change your mind?
Right.
That's how I got on camera. That's when you discovered me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm tired of qualifying when I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm tired of having to show someone who just because of who his father is. I have to qualify myself to him, not because of him, but because his father was great and he was raised with opportunity that we wasn't, right?
He still wants to erase you.
Yes. So, even worse, he hates my magic, irritates his spirit. So he wants to get rid of me or diminish me or make other people not like me. It's a old slavery thing. You take them in the middle of the road, you beat them in front of everybody. The next one's no better. I'm just from Atlanta, baby. You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
You got to go through a whole lot of people that look like me to get to me, and I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So leave me the fuck alone. So when I see black people, I'm like, I know you're thriving wherever you at, but if you was here, you would thrive way more because you would see how many doors open because of how you look, because of your mission, because you're trying something different. Because it's all you need in this city. You just need a good cause, a good reason, and some hustle, and they'll love you here. It's not like other cities where it's like, oh, treat him like this because he's this. Nah.
Yeah.
Atlanta ain't like that.
LA is very different.
Yeah.
It's
Trust
very
me,
different.
bro. I remember, quick story. I remember going into a club in LA. And, it's LA. It's popping. They pushing me. So I stepped on a security, one of the big security. I kind of stepped on a sneaker, and I was like, my bad, man. He was like, you're on my sneaker, back up. So I said. So I'm like, I'm super confident. That's another thing. I'm real confident in myself. I'm like, bro, you don't see all these people behind me? You don't see all this? You think I want to step on your shoe? I just think you need to. I said, where I'm from, people like you can't talk to people like me like that. Where I'm from, a white man can't talk to me like that because these little niggas around here will light your ass up. So you should be like, and he just looked, and he's like, well, I'm like, oh, okay, but he didn't fuck with me no more. They don't fuck with me, bro. I'm from Atlanta. We different. We carry guns everywhere we go. We don't play. We don't cowtail. We don't bow down to white folks because they in the fucking room. It's our city.
Right.
So for me, how many black people have you met that talk like that? You see what I'm trying to say? So for me, I'm like, if you black, I'm like, why don't you live here?
Right.
It's like, even if you lazy, you can move out of 285, get you a nice little house with a yard, and be doing it. It's like, I just don't get it. Yeah. So that's how I speak.
Yeah. So you spoke about the music. How did you get into because you kind of came from blue collar.
Yeah, I was blue collar. I've always been a talker. Always talk, like that's why you can't tell me nothing because what I get paid millions of dollars to do today, in school, you're supposed to not do it. It's against the rules. You get in trouble if you do it. So it's like, who are we really encouraging? Are we really encouraging freedom? If we want everybody to shut up and listen to a lesson that is not going to help us in life, but because it's your job, it's just dumb how it works. You know what I'm trying to say? So I forgot your question. I'm sorry, but it's just
how you got into the music business.
Oh yeah, I was a talker. And this dude that I went to school with flags me down one day. Literally flags me down. I'm like, what the hell going on? He was like, yo, bro, I need to talk to you ASAP. I'm like, I'm 21. I'm in college. I don't know what I want to do. I'm working at Delta. He was like, I want to talk to you. And he was like, yo, I got something for you. All right, whatever. He called me for 30 days, a month straight, every day. Yo, come see me. But it was at night. I went to school with this guy, but hey, I ain't going to your house at night. I'm from Atlanta. I still, it's like you still think. So I remember my roommates. I was like, yo, can y'all go with me to George's house? And they was like, George? I'm like, oh, him? Yeah. Yo, bring the gun. I don't know what he up to because he been calling me every month to come see him. So they bring the gun. And we go in there, he play me some music. And he literally says to me, he says, we've been kids in school. When you talk, people listen. And he said, if you can talk about what I'm doing and people listen and we make some money, I think we could really get rich together. So that was like the first time that it was like God gave me something that like I said, when I'm in school, I'm like, I'm trying, but I know it's not for me. Yeah. Right? You know what I'm saying? When you're working a 9 to 5, you're like, I'm trying, but I know it's not for me. Like I'm in Delta under the plane, loading bags. And I'm like, this can't be life for me. Like, it gotta be more. Like, I know I'm more than that. And this guy asked me, and I was like, maybe that's what God want me to do. So I literally dived into it head first. And I think maybe like 2 months later, September 11th happened. And Delta was basically like, just leave. Like, like no one wants to fly. No one trusts the airlines. We didn't know what the airlines were going to look like. Remember, but when you could anybody could just walk to the gate.
Yeah.
You just couldn't get on a plane without a ticket. Now you can't even get to the gates without a ticket, right? So we didn't know what the world was going to look like after September 11th. So I quit, and my father dies March 3rd. September 11th comes. So when September 11th comes, they give us time off right around the end of September, because we just literally in the break room for every day, just sitting, because nobody wants to fly and we don't know what's going on. And they called me back to work, right, December. And I'm like, I can't come back to work. I'm taking care of my dad. Because at the time, my dad had HIV. So he wasn't sick of nothing. I was just using that as an excuse. My dad was like, yo, just tell me you're taking care of me. I don't give a fuck. So I did it. And then he randomly just dies.
Yeah. He died of HIV?
No, he didn't die from HIV. He died from liver failure, but he just died.
Okay.
So now Delta, my father dies March 3rd, 2002. Delta checks every first of the month. They would check to make sure that their employee, me, was still taking care of his father. So they call me April 3rd. Because April 1st, they call, and now they're like, oh, Mr. Daniels is dead. So they like, Mr. Daniels, Ray, we know your father died. We're sorry to hear that, but you got to come back to work. So I was like, fuck it. I went back, and this is why I even like this podcast, because we don't understand how important our father is. You don't even know how special this is for you, that you're you got thousands of hours with you and your dad talking, right? My father just dies, right? And I don't have none of these things, none of it. And Delta called me back to work. And I remember calling my mom, Delta want me to come back to work. My mother's like, well, you might as well go. You don't have no talent. You wasn't going to make it in the music industry.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? You're right. Think about that. A parent tells you that.
Heavy.
So that's why I'm that's why when even if you didn't meet me, you see me talking, you felt it, because it's not, I'm fake. I'm not fake. I'm coming from a real place. This is actually my life. I'm that same mother I take care of.
Wow.
Lives in a big house because of me. I pay every bill. That told me I wasn't going to be anything. But anyway, I go back to Delta. So I'm working. I never forget this. This was the most life-changing moment for me in my entire life. I look at the sun and I'm like, for some reason, I feel like my dad is shining on me. My dad just died a month ago. I'm like, at least something's shining on me. And I remember thinking like, man, Ray, what if Bill Cosby was your dad? Where do you think you'll be working at now? And I was like, damn, if Bill Cosby was my dad and I worked at Delta, everybody would be like, what the hell are you doing here? Your father is Bill Cosby. But because my father had HIV and died with liver failure and had no money, nigga, that's the best you could do. At that moment, my hands are shaking because I could feel, I still feel that emotion in my body, because that was one of the hardest moments of my life. And I was just young enough that I didn't give a fuck. And I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. And I went for it. And thank God I did. And once you go for it, you start realizing it ain't really hard to be successful. The hard part is changing who you are to be successful.
That's right.
The hard part is figuring out what makes you work for the world. Like I said, in school, I was a dumbass because I talked all day. But as a manager, I'm a millionaire. Because I talk all day. Right. See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So then it becomes, so for me, when I see a young black kid looking, I'm like, look at me, don't look at them. Because if they telling you anything like they told me, don't listen to them. You can do it, but you got to believe, and it's not hard. So once I became successful and I started winning, then here's the crazy part. I always felt like I was what's the word? What they call that when you feel like imposter syndrome? So for like the first 13, 14 years of my life, maybe 10, of business, music, I felt like an imposter. But the one thing that made that great was that in being an imposter, I didn't want to be one. I'm a Virgo. We can't be fake. Virgos can't fake nothing. If you got a Virgo, you know exactly what it is.
My wife is a Virgo, her mother.
You know Virgos can't be fake. You already know. That's why you smile, right? So I'm a Virgo. I can't be fake. So I can't imagine walking in the room acting like I know what's going on and I don't. So I started learning the business. I saw it. I mean, it was times where there were moments where I should have went for a big deal. I went for a mentor. And in that mentor deal, it might have made me feel small. But it didn't I wasn't looking at it like that. I remember working for LA Reid. I was telling, my card said intern. Like I would tell people I'm an intern. They was like, well, I'm vice president. What the hell does my title matter? I tell myself I'm an intern, I'm gonna move like an intern. I'm gonna hustle like an intern. And that's why every time I was around LA, I learned something. And that's why I know everything I know now. But I really said, I'm going to college to learn this. And it was working for LA. It was like, that was my school. And once I figured out that none of my peers knew the shit I knew, somebody put a camera on me. Let's talk.
Hey, real quick, I want to drag it back a little bit.
Please.
Because I didn't know. You mentioning your dad dying from HIV.
He died from liver failure, but he had
But
HIV.
I'm sorry, from
Sure.
liver failure. But so I've lost a parent too.
Yeah.
My
It
daughter,
changes.
It does.
Nothing wakes you
Right.
up in the world, slaps you in the face harder than a parent dying.
That's a fact.
Because those are the only two people in the world that want better for you than they want for themselves. Your uncle might want what's better for you, but not.
Right.
So you're right. I'm glad you said
that's
that.
okay. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. So, and pardon me if I'm.
No, ask anything, bro.
Yeah, if I'm overstepping. How did your dad contract HIV?
He told me some lady. My dad was never like the heavy guy. Like he had HIV, but it wasn't like he had HIV.
Right.
Like my dad was like, man, right, man, this girl, man, I know I got it from when I had
Okay.
good. So he was like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we did talk about, but this is
Okay.
like, he had it since I was like 13, 14, but we didn't talk about it until I was like 21,
Gotcha.
like maybe a few months before he died, where he was just like, he just laid it out to me. And I was like,
Wow.
okay, that's why I be having them crazy thoughts that I be having about women having a good time. I
Say
felt
the
alone
apple-
in my head. I'm like,
the apple don't fall
it don't
far.
fall too far from the tree. So I was like, okay, yes, I needed that to know that, Daddy. Thank you.
But once your father passed away, so how did that affect you?
Oh,
In
man.
what way?
My father-
Did you go into a deep depression? How did you deal with that?
When you poor, you can't afford to be depressed.
Mm.
That's what they don't tell you.
Mm.
Even if you are depressed,
Mhm.
get your ass up and go
You
do
still
something.
gotta,
'Cause you
yes.
can't afford
Yeah,
to be
that's a
depressed.
fact. That's a fact.
So I only know that I was depressed and I only know that I was stressed because I had a stroke. And I had this thing called Bell's palsy,
Yes.
where
Yeah.
the left side of my
Paralyzes.
face was paralyzed
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
like a month and a half.
Wow.
And it was right after my father died. So here's the story. I'm glad you brought that up. No one asked me that. Here's the importance of my father dying. And I hate to tell a story because it's kind of embarrassing, but it's really my story.
Mm-hmm.
So my entire life, I don't know how much money it is, but my entire life, my mother and my father would tell me that your dad has an insurance policy for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard that up until the day he died. He has insurance policy. If he'd be like, I got HIV, but I'm good, son. If anything happened to me, I got the insurance policy, you're gonna be good. So when he died, I remember everybody around me was like, of course we was sad that he died, but some people like, yo, but you got that insurance coming. And I'm being honest with you. I know God is real because I didn't want it.
Mm.
I did not. It's weird. I did not want money from my father dying. And the way it worked,
Mm-hmm.
he was sick. So he was in the hospital for a minute, but he didn't pay it in time and it lapsed. And I remember, my mother was like, Dad died, you have insurance, so you're gonna be fine. And everybody's trying to prepare you for this. And none of it came. And everything that I am today is because of who my father was.
Mm.
Everything that I am, I am who I am right now because I'm honoring my kids right now. That's right. Every minute of my life is honoring my children because I used to lie about my dad, Court.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I used to be like, man, my dad be in New York handling business. My dad be flying me places. He never did that. But when you're a kid,
Mm-hmm.
you really want people to know you come from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, after my dad died, I was like, I know I'm gonna have kids one day, and I know my kids gonna be bragging. I know so, and this is 22. Just when a parent dies, it becomes real, right?
That's a fact.
So now I have to look at the world, and I remember thinking like, damn, man, like when my son or my daughter is born, and they sitting on a schoolyard, and they bragging to their parents about their father,
Mm-hmm.
and that girl is like, my dad, and my son is like, but hey, let me tell you about mine now.
Yeah.
And I want to be that.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to me to be that. Like he's Superman to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my point. When you're a father, you're a Superman to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine not being super because I didn't realize my father wasn't Superman until he died. But by that time, it was over.
Right.
And I was like, and I never forget. I'm like, when I go, because we had the same name.
Yeah.
When I go, it's gonna mean something. I swear to God, it's gonna mean something. I'm not gonna die broke. I'm not gonna die. And when death is hard, because you understand it's like life is a marathon. We all just walking, right? Then somebody dies that you love. It's like boom. Now people walking around, you trying to, but then you really gotta eventually leave them there and keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. Like, that's hard,
It's
bro.
hard.
And it's like, but you gotta honor them. So that's why I'm like, I'm gonna keep walking, Dad.
Yeah.
But I promise you, the name Ray Daniels.
It's funny you said that because if you remember when my mother passed away, we were at the cemetery.
Yeah.
And it was so hard for me to leave at the funeral.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was leaving
her.
Yeah.
You got to go back to living.
It was super tough.
Bruh,
It was super tough.
I remember being at my father's funeral, and I remember like I was so mad. I wasn't hurt. I was mad. I hated everybody there. I hated them all because I knew they didn't love him like I did. Except for my sister and my brother who was going crazy. But you know, the rest of them, it's like they didn't care.
Yeah.
And I'm a Virgo. You know your wife. We hold grudges. You think elephants don't forget? Do something to us on February 17th, 1997. I'm gonna remember that, and I'm gonna get you back. So I always remember how people looked at me, how people felt. Yeah. So when I see my son and people like, man, your son gonna be a billionaire, and I'm like, man, that feels so good to hear because y'all have high expectations of him now. That's because of who his father is. And y'all had low expectations now because of who my father was. Right. So in my world, mission complete. I broke the cycle.
Yeah.
That was my own. And now I'm like, well, nigga, you don't want to lose the cycle, do you?
Right.
You talk a lot of shit online, nigga. You better get up and work hard. They waiting for you to fall. Right? So I work hard. I work so hard, bro. Like I be forgetting to eat. I be forgetting my team is trying to give me the food. I forget to eat because I'm so, bro. I am honored.
Y'all method.
I would tell anybody this: find the youngest version of yourself that you have the most connection with. The youngest version, and for me, is 16-year-old Ray. I am that nigga's hero.
Hey, bro, that's funny that you say that because I live by this mantra and I tell this, and you probably can attest to this. You know, for me, coming from Kansas City, I was just a precocious kid and a dreamer. Right? So at the space of 12 years old, you know, you think you can do anything. Right? But as you go through life, you get beat up.
You hear.
You start getting.
I want you to say hear. You said beat up, but it's really, you start hearing what?
Well, that too, and life can show you its ass, right?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by getting beat. That's what I mean by hearing. Beating up means, you know, it might be a boyfriend that said one day, you're going to be shit.
Well,
you know, just beat up. That's what I mean.
But even like as you go into it, right, you get rejected. You know how it is. You take L's along the way.
That's what makes character.
So you start becoming gun shy. You don't have that same tenacity, but you have to tap back into that.
Fear. It's when you're a kid, you're fearless, right?
Yes.
And as you become adult, think about it. Don't touch that stove. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you start being afraid. But when you're young, you're like, let me see if I can do it.
Because you haven't been tested yet.
Boom.
But once you get there, sometimes you have to reconnect, like you said. Sometimes I have to reconnect with that 12-year-old kid on his mongoose. I have to kind of renew my focus and the dream and be excited about it because it's easy to be at this because you know it's like you see all the problems.
Yes, and not only that, you've seen as much as you've gotten over those punches that you know, like you said, somebody telling you ain't shit, you ain't gonna win. It still hurts. Don't get me wrong, you still walk, but you can still feel it. Right, and you gotta walk. And by the way, the hardest part about trying to go from being poor to rich. And it's in the pursuit of happiness. If you watch any movie, the hardest part is no matter what your situation is, don't give a damn if you sleeping on the floor outside. When you come in here, we don't want to feel it. We want to see you smile. So you got to smile through. So now imagine your dad dying and my dad is dead. I'm running up in clubs trying to get, man, I'm just trying to get home, man. And you got to smile, man, and they reject you and you got to walk away and you like, bro. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. I'm glad you brought that up, bro.
That's rough.
Yeah.
What's up, world? It's your boy Big Court, and all of your favorite NBA players are back. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. Now, of course, you guys know I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. We don't have a team. They went to Sacramento. Hey, listen, Sac, we need our team back, but I'm going to still get in on the fun. So listen, all you new customers, bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass. Plus, score $300 if your bet wins, and that's paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BIGCOURT. Yeah, that's right. That's the code BIGCOURT, BIGCOURT. You bet $5 and you get 3 months of League Pass, plus you get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Yeah. So you say I know you worked with L.A. Reid.
Yeah.
You was over at Epic. L.A. Reid is considered one of the premier executives, you know, top tier. What did you learn from him?
I just said he deserves it.
Yeah.
L.A. is the Wizard of Oz. He's Barnum and Bailey. He's the NFL. He's the NBA. Like every dream that LA understands that this was a dream for you, and I'm just meeting you at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He understands that, right? Like most executives, like, well, I'm glad we bring this up. You asked me, it's a great interview. Most executives, what they do is they stand on their wins to make you doubt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They might be wrong, but because they went 3 out of 10 or 3 out of 20 and you haven't shot yet, listen to me. I know. How the hell do you know?
Yeah.
What did you learn from the 17 that lost?
Yeah.
That's what Ray Daniels I learned. But let me get back to LA. LA, never forget. You know how you do something as a black person, you make a mistake and you like, you fucked up, Ray. So I leave Epic to go work at another label. That's irrelevant. So the guy who was running that label, white guy, who was running the black side, sits me down. He says, what is it? Swear to God, it was like, you ever seen Drumline?
Yes.
Remember the scene when Nick Cannon was talking to AJ Johnson character, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna give you a scholarship. Oh, you ain't got money to eat. I got that. That's done."
Yeah.
And Nick Cannon felt like, man, this is how I'm supposed to be treated. Then he goes, "Now tell me the secret. What do you know?"
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. Like, what does LA do that no one else does? Right? What does he know? And I'm like, y'all don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no. I'm like, dog. An artist getting signed is like draft day for the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A player could easily just say, yo, Georgia, I'm coming to play for y'all. I accepted y'all scholarship out of all of the other ones, right? You can easily do that, right?
Yeah.
But what's the fun in that?
Mm-hmm.
You want to sit in your gym, the audience there, your principal, your mama, you got 4 hats. LA understands that.
Mm-hmm.
He understands that it's the dream of the person at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives you that dream.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I remember, I only hear funny stories, funny ass story. So I'm talking to my boy Dash. He's in California. My boy Dash, he runs, by the way, he's up now. He runs Geffen. He's the president of Geffen.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, he was just a junior executive. And I just started working with him, and he's telling me about an artist he about to sign, 21 Savage. So Dash is like, so I walk, I work for LA Reid, so I feel good about myself. I know everything, right? So I'm talking to my boy Dash. I'm like, yo, I heard you, because when you work, you're like, where Dash at? Oh, Dash is with 21. He got his birthday. He's planning his manager's birthday party. So I see Dash. So I'm like, I'm in the office. True story, Court. True story. It was like a scene out of a movie. Yeah. I'm going to his office. What's up, bro? Man, I'm feeling good, Ray. Wow, what happened? Man, I'm about to sign 21. For real? Dope. Congratulations, man. I'm happy. Good one. I just came to the company. I'm happy. Yeah. Then he goes, so I was like, what's next? What's going on? He was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. He beat me with LA Reid today. And then, we doing it. I said, hold on. Stop. Hold on. Just like that. Swear to God. It's room for niggas. Hold on, stop. Is he me with LA today? He go, yeah, what? Nigga, don't let the meeting happen. What? Ray, I've been with him for a month.
Yeah.
You don't understand what LA gets.
Mm-hmm.
LA tells 21, yo, where your lawyer at? Put on a plane, first class. What kind of champagne she like? Tell us gonna be waiting for on ice when she get here. Everybody loves them when they come there. 21, you ain't gotta leave, folks.
Right.
What you need? Buying food.
Yeah.
Lock the door. Everybody if you 21, you feel like how I feel like getting drafted by the Cowboys.
That's a fact.
Other labels is like, hey, Corey, how you doing, man? Music is great.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to, work it. Okay, cool. Hey, we're going to send an offer over and we'll go from there. It's like, you don't even know the guy.
Right.
LA was magic.
Mm.
He understood
people.
He understood that people always wanted to qualify.
Yeah.
That's why the music business sucks right now. Because artists don't have to qualify no more.
That's a fact.
They're rich as hell.
That's what I be talking about.
They wake up out of bed, they make a song, now they're rich.
Yep.
I interviewed Bryce Wilson on my show from Groove Theory. Remember they had the record Tell Me.
Yeah.
I said to Bryce, at y'all biggest peak, how much money did Groove Theory make? At y'all biggest year? Mm-hmm. He said, maybe 2 if we cleared it. I'm like, you got artists clearing $2 million in a month and a half.
That's a fact.
Just based off of hype and running
TikTok
around
sounds.
and TikTok and all that other stuff. So I'm like, so LA understood that. So when I worked for other companies, it was like, I'm gonna sign you today, Court. Mm-hmm. Like, we're gonna give you a deal. We're gonna go, and it's like that. But with LA, it was like, give Court his hat. You ain't got no Epic hat. Yeah. We ain't got no Epic hat. His daughter ain't got no Epic hat. Where your lawyer at? LA understood. He was Roger Goodell. Mm-hmm. Them football players, I don't give a fuck how big they are, how mean they are, how fast they are. When they see that blonde hair white man on that stage and they got drafted, they cry, right? Yeah. LA understands that. The music business lost that. Yeah. The showmanship, the lights, the camera, the action, the the idea that because you're with me, you're gonna take off now, rather than thinking, you know, like, and the other label's like, we're gonna figure it out from here now that you're with us. It's like LA.
Exactly.
In LA, I will watch him move the goalposts. I will watch him pay Future money that Future wasn't even worth at the time. And I mean, I'm an intern. I'm like, LA, don't get me wrong, I ain't hate him. Like, LA, you gave Future. Like, other labels wouldn't give him that. LA was like, that's why he gonna be the biggest artist in the world over here.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna pay him like he the biggest artist in the world. He gonna believe it. So when those artists are around, those other artists on the other labels, Future looking at them other niggas like, your label must not believe in you like mine believe in me. Because nigga, mine paid me like I'm the biggest artist in the world.
Like I'm already.
And that's what LA would do. He would pay artists, he would pay deals. He would call you and be like, Court, I need you to come right now. Court, like I ain't coming. Man, send me your wire info.
Yeah. Wow.
Hold on, what? Most people like, we're gonna send you a deal. LA, he just got it. And it's the greatest time of my career and the most I've learned. But what I really learned was that as long as you believe in yourself and you understand the show, nobody can take it from you.
That's a fact.
So I just started studying the show.
Yeah.
So I have a question,
Go ahead.
given now
Please.
that you've said all of this, and I love that you touched on the industry now. So with the state of the industry as it is, what would you offer to artists to try to not recreate what once was, because we can't do that, but just to move forward and make it more impactful and bring back that mojo that we all love?
Truth. The music business is filled with lies right now. And that's why nothing is working. Truth. I'll give you a quick story. I remember Travis Scott, L.A. Reid story. Travis Scott was early in his career. But he remember, people don't know, Travis had a fucking obsessive fan base for years before he was huge, right? So Travis Scott is on tour with Young Thug. Young Thug has about 5, 6 songs on the radio at the time. Travis Scott don't have none. But Travis Scott was the headliner. So think about that. Now let's look, now that's a conflict in the music business. Now here's the conflict. I have this artist that I signed that has got motion. So that artist can easily say, if 1,500 kids came to see me, 15,000 should come see me if y'all were doing y'all job, right? That's how the artists think.
Right.
LA, he's smart. He's like, so we in the room and he's talking. He's like, yo, I gotta, you know, Travis, that show was great, but it's not enough. I'm thinking like, shit, I would love to have that. And he was like, it's not enough. He was like, I gotta tell him. So he's in the meeting with Travis and he's like, yo, you know, he was like, man, I was at your show last night, man. It was crazy. How many kids was in there? 1,500, 2,000 kids raging. That's crazy. Travis like, yeah. Like, you know what's crazy? The 1,500 kids and raging? 20,000. It goes back to that, remember Facebook where he was like, you know what's cooler than a million? A billion. And it said, change Mark Zuckerberg's life. When LA said that, you can understand now the goal. Now Travis locks down and says, I'm gonna make a hit. He does. And now Travis can sell out 60,000 seaters right now because somebody at a label told him the things that he needed to be great. These other artists, I'm telling you, NBA YoungBoy is not getting told by no label how he can be bigger. They are not telling him. They just like, when the album, thank you, we put it out, fans eat it up. LA made you feel like you was a partner. Like, yo, that's good. You just sold 2,000 seaters. What's next? What's the next goal? 4,000 seaters? Okay, cool. How we gonna get there, team? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? How we gonna get it? You're gonna get him a big look in the press. You're gonna get him a good looking TV. You're gonna go make the hit. It's like, now we know the goal. We just did 2,000. Now we're doing 4. So we can say we lost. Now artists are just losing and they're like, you lost.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask this question real quick. So you were saying that, as she kind of piggybacking off her question, you know, the music industry is not what we once knew it to
For sure.
be. Do you think that it's a pro and a con because of social media? You can have an artist like, let me see, like back in the day, it was listen to my demo. I have talent, and then people could see the vision. Do you think artists can still get deals like that, or do they have to have motion on social media in order to get a situation?
That's a great question. That was kind of what made me really want to leave the music business. Like I felt like a gold digger.
Explain,
Think about that.
Explain that.
I love that you said explain. You know, back in the day, you know, Shakir Stewart, rest in peace. When Shakir wanted to sign you, if Shakir walked in the room, it was like, Shakir is here. The vice president of Def Jam is in the building. Everybody like, shake, you know. Then you got to the place where we wasn't signing what we liked. We was only chasing what was working. Gold digger.
I see. Okay.
He hot. Now I'm chasing you. Now you like, oh, of course the vice president, SVP of this label is calling me now.
Exactly.
I'm hot.
So not necessarily cloud chasing, cloud attaching.
Listen to me.
They're not inspired anymore. They don't like it.
Let me tell you why. There's no more magic.
Yeah.
Think about this.
That's
Think
a
about
fact.
This. Think about this.
Michael Jackson had magic.
Bro, I was about to go there. I was about to say,
Dog.
I was going to stay in sports. We're still saying who's better than Mike. Why? Because Michael Jordan had magic.
That's a fact.
He understood magic, right? They don't want you to say you magical anymore. They just want to say you deserve it because they like you, right? So they're like, I'll give you an example. I don't even care anymore. I'll talk about it. I signed NLE Choppa. That was at that time. That was the largest deal in Warner Records history for a new artist. $8,400,000. That's how much the deal was for. And I signed the kid. By the way, love Choppa. That's my dog. But I saw a young man, right? And I remember once being a young man. And I'm like, so I signed him, and now the label's like, oh, Ray, you need it. So I'm like, yo, I need a junior A&R. I'm 40. I'm not about to be chasing this 17-year-old kid around. Like, what the hell y'all think this is? Like, I'm not. So I'm like, give me a junior guy to run around with him. And he was like, and I'll never get this. The CEO of the company says, man, Ray, you don't need that. You just need to be his uncle, and he'll follow you. And I'm like, here's the problem with the music business. How am I giving this guy this much money and then expecting him to now listen to me? Nigga, I got more money than anybody in history listening to me. Why the hell am I going to listen to you? Think about it. So now you put me in a position now where now I gotta actually fight his ego. I gotta make him feel. When before it was like, we're gonna sign you and we're gonna blow you up. But the labels don't have the power to do that no more. They cannot blow artists up anymore. And that's my problem. So it's like, we should start. You asked me, when you was asking a question, you said, what can we do? I said, truth. Tell me the truth. That's all. Like,
so let me ask you, when you say truth, do you mean truth in terms of in the music, or truth across the board in terms of
great question. Truth all across the board, but truth being the only thing that matters is what I mean, right? So what I mean by that is like, notice what I said before we start saying, I said, I like to see people's setups, right? That means that the people who work for me, I don't 100% trust them. Not saying they not my people, I do, but my point is I'm still like, I'm looking for the truth, right? Because I'm like, well, maybe new technology or something. You know, you're looking for the truth. So for me, what I mean by the truth is like, be truthful in your music. Be truthful with yourself. Be truthful with artists. Tell them the truth. Don't lie to them. They'll respect you more. But you don't want to tell them the truth because the truth is you really are praying you could help them. And really, hopefully, they do something right that helps them, that makes your shit look easier. So that's another thing. So you don't want to tell somebody exactly. So it's like you don't want to, I tell this to artists. I wrote this in my book. I say, labels don't know anything. How can I prove that for a fact? If they knew, then why are they only signing artists that are doing it? Why are we not signing artists that are just dope? Why are they not saying, oh, that's BS over there. Exactly. That's not real music. We're not doing that. Labels are saying, we need the money. Where is it? We don't care. As long as it don't hurt our people. So we can make as much money as we can. Notice what I said. As long as it don't hurt who? Our people. Not your people. My people.
So at this point, I think what I'm hearing, because I have a music background as well. So the majors are becoming obsolete, and they're pretty much just sustaining off a back catalog.
The labels are all obsolete and not becoming. Y'all don't know it because the lights are still on.
But it's back catalog keeping they lights on.
And they don't realize that the deal that they cut with Spotify made them rich regardless of you. They was getting paid for the back catalog. I tell people this. I was interviewing Warren G. Warren G has about 5 or 6 million monthly listeners on Spotify. My friend got a $12 million deal because she had 5 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Think about that. Def Jam paid somebody $12 million, money long, my homie, money long. They gave her 11 or 12 million and dollars because she was at 5 million monthly listeners. Warren G is at 5 million monthly listeners. He ain't been on Def Jam in 20 fucking years. What does that tell you how much Warren G is making Def Jam right now?
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, it's like I can give you the facts that back up.
That's back catalog. Yeah.
Think about it. So if you are artists listening to this, and you have been signed or once was signed, and you are bringing in, if you got 500,000 monthly listeners, you probably missing out on about 200,000 to 300,000 a year. That you're missing out. You have about 500,000 monthly listeners. Think about that. So if you're an artist, instead of focusing on like the big stuff, like it's right. It's like instead of trying to figure out like this guy, I'm a dancer. It's like Court don't care. Matter of fact, Court can't even care if he wanted to. That is why Ray quit. That is why Ray left.
Right.
Because I don't never want credit for finding something that I didn't find. I never want credit for doing something that I didn't do. I signed NLE Choppa. That is what I did. I am not responsible for that kid's career. He is. You see what I'm trying to say? And by the way, that's why it's always love when we see each other. Because I'm not here running around here saying, I took NLE Choppa. Now, I could say I signed him and he only had this and now he has that.
Right.
But all I was doing, we paid $8.5 million to follow to ride his momentum.
Yeah. Right. He was going to get there anyway.
See your face in my face? Now, that is why I act the way I act. So now for me, think about this. As a black kid that grew up thinking I had no value to the world, now I'm in these corporations watching black people get paid millions and they don't realize their value. That's personal to me now.
So that leads me to a question that I had for you. When you're at the negotiation table of any deal, whether it's artists or, whatever, what are you thinking about for the long term as it stands now with the landscape now? Like, what is even a fair deal now?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Now, that makes sense. So if I'm doing a deal now, which I have a few deals now, I'm writing the deal up for me as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Like I'm accounting for every dollar. My budget's $800,000. Okay, cool. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take $60,000 on my budget. I'm gonna build a studio. So now I ain't gotta pay for studio time no more. Right? Now I just saved y'all some money. Now I'm going to invoice you for this over here because I got to go do this. So you have to have it spelled out. So I have a deal, for example. So in one of my deals, my artist drops an EP, 4 to 6 songs every 90 days. Every 90 days, that said label has to give us a check of $65,000. So if I deliver the EP for $3,000, which mind you, I own my own studio, I have my own producers, I have excess money now to invest in the property.
Right.
Rather than taking the money they give me all at once, now what a nigga gonna do?
Oh, you already know.
Nigga, but especially we ain't never had it. We about to go blow this. So now, guess what? 2 months later, my money is half. I'm fucked up and I don't know where the money coming from. So now I'm leaning on you. So now you, label, can pimp me. So I say, don't put yourself in a position to get pimped. Tell them, here's what I plan on doing. I'm dropping an album every 6 months. I need you to release 300,000 every 6 months. 100,000 that's gonna go to me. You're gonna send to me. I'm gonna deliver the album completely. Other 100,000 you're gonna send to me. That's gonna be my discretion. I'm gonna do this. Like if you're not thinking like that, if you're enjoying the label, like if you're like, yeah, man, like where's that right there? Hey, man, Court. I'm gonna this water. Some good water. That shit in Kroger is 25 cents because the label said it to you is $10.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's what you. So for me, you have to show the label you're an entrepreneur, and they will respect that. By the way, labels are not dumb. They know when we got a good manager and we got a bad manager. They know when we got a manager who's all about money and we got a manager who's all about the brand. And they're gonna, and according to that, they're gonna pinch you if you about, because they know all you looking at them for is the money. When you hype it, you come in, hey, I got another thing about to do. I need 100,000. They're like, this motherfucker always needs something. I say if you want to have a successful relationship with a label, tell them what you can do and tell them what you need from them and tell them what you're going to do with what they need. And then say to them right after that, now what y'all going to do? He
said, now what
here's
y'all
my
going to
plan.
do? They gonna get nervous and shit.
No, that's what happens. When you do that, now they're like, okay, we got a dumb one, we got a smart one with us. What we're gonna do is this. So what they do is say, get a project manager, yo. So now this person don't know what the hell going on. They just walk in the room, yo, here's Ray. Ray got this, you're gonna do this. And that person is fucking miserable. They hate their life.
You know
because
what?
every time somebody come in the label complain, they call them to fix it. And they like, nigga, you know why I can't fix it. You know you're not giving me the money to do what I gotta do for them. Why the hell? But that's the game. As long as I ain't do it,
Yeah.
you can't get mad at me. I ain't do it.
Yeah.
I did what you want.
Since we talking shop now.
Yep.
So when you talk about independent artists and independent labels, do you think it's advantageous to work terrestrial radio opposed to working playlists and social media?
I don't think you should work anything.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, radio is the final frontier.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have a fan base
Mm-hmm.
and you throwing your song at radio, you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if it hits, they're not going to care about you. And plus, you have to pray that this is why radio was used for back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You play the song, you hear it on the radio, now you want to hear it more.
Right.
What you got to go do at that moment? Got to go buy the CD,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or buy the
Sam
album,
Right.
right? Boom. Now, music is just out there
Yep.
for anybody to listen whenever they want and consume whenever they want, however they want. So now when you're playing your song on the radio, I need you to listen on the radio, Shazam it, and hopefully
Yeah.
you add it to your playlist on your stuff
Yeah.
and you listen to it, right? So that's the concept of radio. So if you are doing all of that, that's like looking for a wife and you ain't even got no job and no career yet. It's like, what the hell you gonna do with that?
Right.
What you gonna do with that?
Right.
What do you think? A career comes with a wife.
Yeah.
A mortgage comes with a wife.
Yeah.
They say, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same concept. It's like what comes with what you're doing. You know, so yeah, like they just don't understand it, man. Like and to me, this goes back to like the whole conversation when I said I'd rather talk to a redneck racist who don't like me rather than someone who act like they like me and deep down they like me, but they don't want me in their house.
That's all right.
And they don't want me dealing with their daughter, and they don't want my kids dealing with their kids. Nigga, you racist, bro. Like you some racism in there. So I get it, but I just don't understand. I think black folk achieve more from honesty. Like I think you shouldn't lie to us right now. Like we shouldn't lie to ourselves. Like we are the biggest consumers and we have the less amount of wealth. That is a fact.
Right.
So do we want to change that, or do we want to just take pride in that, but knowing that we're not building any generational wealth nor power?
Right.
So then it becomes like what are we telling the world? Like everything I do, I ask myself, I swear to God, what am I telling the world this movie? So like, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I don't want to do this interview. What am I telling the world?
Yeah.
You pray that people want to talk to you, now they do it. Now you want to tell the world I'm tired? You telling the world you don't really want it. Nah, not me, baby. My hands are open.
Yeah.
My design is open to receive any blessing, and I'm open. And it's like, I don't know it all, but I know what I know, and I speak on it the way I do because of my experiences.
Yeah. So coming off of that, what do you think the biggest thing that plagues our culture right now from us really advancing to what you see it to be? What could we do better?
Okay, so I'm going to say this perfectly because I said it on somebody's podcast and it went viral, but the black women and the black people that hated me for it. I say that we should not start having kids or putting ourselves in a position to make kids until we have a career.
I agree.
If you're not ready if young lady, if he's not ready to be a husband, he's not ready to be a father. So let's get rid of the baby daddy thing, right?
Yeah.
And if you're a brother not ready to be a husband, then you're not ready to be a father, right? Black women are resilient. They're resilient, and they deal with everything, and they're covering men not being there, and it's almost like this thing with like single mothers. My thing is, can we stop making them?
Right.
Everybody so.
Like it's like, can we stop making them? Like, and how do we stop making them? We all know how.
Yeah.
Well, your dad's right there, so you might not know. You know.
Oh, that's a fact.
And I do too, right? So it's like, we know, right? So it's like, you know what it takes. And it's like, but you also know what it takes to do that and not have that outcome, right?
That's right.
You just got to want to be responsible.
That's right.
The greatest thing that happened to me was I woke up when I was 21, 22, and I knew I wasn't anything and I wanted to be something. And it was a 3 or 4 years of like, don't get me wrong, I'm sleeping. I lived off women for 2 years, and I lived out of a suitcase. I lived I'm staying with you, you know I need your car in the morning. So let me know what time you want to work. Okay, cool. I would hit chicks and be like, yo, why you pay my phone bill? But I say this because it comes off real pimpish, but I will say this. Both of those women, neither one of them are shocked I am where I am right now. because I was the dude in the house. Like, I'll never forget my chick, one of the chicks, she had a picture of Usher on her wall. And I'm homeless. I ain't got nowhere to live. I'm living with her. I walk in my suitcase. I'm like, oh, I'm set. I'm take on my suitcase. Oh, baby, you gotta take that picture of Usher down. She like, okay. And her roommate was like, no, the hell she don't. I'm like, yes, she does. If she want to be with me, I'm homeless. I'm broke.
That's pimping. That's pimping. I don't know if you know.
No. But
that's low key pimping.
Okay. It's pimping court
until let's call it what it is.
You said truth. Until they ask me. That's true.
You said truth.
That's true. But then they ask me why.
Okay.
Why don't you want his picture on the wall? Because I feel like one day me and him are gonna be cool, and I'm never gonna want to bring my woman around. Because I know you was lusting for this nigga. So if you think I'm really gonna win, like I think I'm gonna win, that means me and that nigga gonna know each other one day. And that nigga can't be on the wall in your house. You take that shit down. And she took it down.
Hey, I feel that.
And by the way, here's the crazy part. On God, me and her one day, the other one, we was in the car. Before I see at Atlantic Station, we talked to her in the car for 30 minutes. Usher. It's like, bro, it's like, so for me, it's like, that's how I can tell if you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That's how I can tell if you, like, it's like, you can't fool me because what are you telling the world? Not what you're verbally saying.
Yeah.
What are you showing the world?
What are you showing
Like,
them?
let's fight them. Let's go. Nigga, why are you in the back?
Yeah.
Your ass in the front. Nigga, what are you telling the world? Like, so y'all do it first, then I'm gonna come, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, so for me, it's like, when you look at the outcomes of our lives and our everything, the proof is right there.
Yeah.
We just don't want to be accountable and admit our mistakes because America fucked us over as black people. But guess what? It's done and done. So what are we going to do about it? Either we going to fucking get off our asses, pull our boots up and say, here's what it takes to win.
Right.
Or we going to keep complaining that the man won't let us win.
This is what I say. And I posted this on LinkedIn. When I was doing your LinkedIn, I said, we are the sum total of our efforts.
Yes.
And if you don't like, what you put now, you got to increase your deposits.
Bro, look at your life. What are you telling the world? You have chicks texting your phone all day. You got niggas want to hang out, but you ain't got no money coming in, no business. What are you telling the world? Maybe you need to start hanging out in different places where you can meet people that want to do business with you. Or maybe when you meet these women, instead of trying to get in their drawers, you try to figure out what y'all can do. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many ways. But what are you telling the world? Right. And we all, everybody in this room, everybody in this house, we're all telling the world something every second of the day. And I'm at one with God, myself, for every move I make. I'm like, what am I telling the world?
Yeah.
Conscious living.
So what is Ray Daniels telling the world?
I'm telling the world that I believe in myself and you should too. And I'm telling the world that it's not like it wasn't put in me. It wasn't like I grew up in a house and my dad was like, son, you could be anything. It was just, I just woke up one day and decided what the bar was for me. The world sets the bar for all of us. That's why the world's like, oh, he was successful or he wasn't. Why do they measure that? According to where they thought you were going to go. So fuck they. What bar do you feel? Like, what do you think you should do? And then do it every day. And if you don't do it, don't say it no more. Yeah. Because you just said it and all you had to do is do it and you stopped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you telling the world?
Right.
I really don't believe. I can't believe. If I tell people, if I told you, if I gave you the specific place in this wall and I said, it is $1 billion behind this part of the wall. Yeah. But you're going to have to knock for a long fucking time. You're going to knock. You're not going to stop, right? But see, that's what problem is for people. So let's take that example, right? Somebody tells you that you're probably going to listen if you trust them, right? What is God telling you? Oh, shit. Now think about it. What are you telling God? If you pray to God, you believe in God, but you're worrying. You're afraid. Right. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to be afraid, but if you believe in God, then you got to know that he's working too.
That's right.
So so that's what really is who I am. I'm like, I want to do that. Well, God ain't going to believe you until you show him.
Yeah.
So I show him. And then in showing him, I show the world. In showing the world, I show myself. And in showing myself, I see the results. I'm like, oh, damn, this can work. So for me, when I'm showing people, I'm showing every kid our color that whatever world you're living in, whether if you love it, good for you. If you don't, that is not the world you have to live in, bro.
Right. Yeah. That's a
or
fact.
sis. You can get up today and change.
That's a fact.
And that's what, and how do I know that? Because I did it.
Yeah.
And I know so many others that did it, and we all got the same story. We believed, we stayed consistent, and we did not complain about the scenario. Just deal with it, and you'll get to the other side, and the world is yours. So that's what I say. Like, I talk like this, like everything I do, I talk like, I don't want to say, let me knock on wood or something. I'm not on something I'm about to say. But I'll be honest, like I love doing these interviews for only one reason. When I'm gone, and my grandkids, my great-great-grandkids are like, who is granddad?
Mm-hmm.
It's thousands of hours of granddad. Now, think about how much pride they'll have in that.
Yeah.
Think if I was gone right now, knock on wood, right now I was gone. 50 years from now, my kids are gonna be like, that's where I come from.
Yep, that's a
greatness.
That's a fact.
And that's why I like doing it. It's like, it ain't about nothing else besides that.
Yeah.
That's the seeds I plant. I don't worry about the rest. What are you telling God?
Yeah.
I believe, God, but I'm going to plant them seeds you told me to do, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to look up one day, and I became it. So you can't tell me it ain't possible. I live in Fayetteville. Every day I go to work. I got a driver. I get driven in my Escalade down Old National. I see the Arby's I worked at. I see the McDonald's I worked at.
Wow.
I see the bus stops. I see everything I did. When I get on a plane, I ain't flown coach in fucking 12 years. When I get on a plane and I like window seats, 'cause I don't like getting up.
Mm-hmm.
I get on a plane and I sit in that window seat and I look outside and I see those Delta guys. It reminds me, you was one decision away from that being your
That's
life.
a fact.
So what are you telling God?
Mm-hmm.
Make the right decisions, right? Every day is a chance to make the right decision. You just got to make it. Sometimes we procrastinate. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tomorrow's going to turn into next year. Next year going to turn into 5 years.
That's
and by the time you really want to do it, your body's not going to be able to hold up, and it's going to be over. And you're going to be like, fuck.
Temporary become permanent.
Yeah.
You used to tell me that all the time.
See?
Yeah.
My dad told me something. That's going to stay with you forever.
That's a fact.
I didn't have that. So it's like, so even that, I could spot that. Like, damn, your dad told you that? Damn, I never heard that from anybody. So you start wondering, like, am I worthy? Am I worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you start asking yourself, and then you're like, well, who answers?
Yeah.
Either you or God.
Yeah.
And he ain't gonna never tell you you're not worthy.
That's
You better not tell yourself you're not worthy. So get off your ass
that's good game.
and try.
That's good game.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Besides you fail and
what
you
I
learn.
always say. Yeah. What's the
And then
worst?
it's so much fun you want to try tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you fail and you learn something else. It's like, oh, I ain't gonna do that. Then you try tomorrow. And then it's like back in the day when you play a video game and you beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
Now you gotta find another challenge.
Mario.
Yeah.
Right?
Most
Boom,
people
like Mario.
most people don't understand that failure is part of the process. That's how I always liken success to like riding a bike, right? When we first get on the bike, right? You fall to the right. You get up, then you overcompensate and fall to the left, right? But at some point, you get it. You learn it. You master it,
You
right?
say what I tell you life is?
Mhm.
Life is the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
We are all on the yellow brick road trying to find something. Now, here's why the Wizard of Oz is ill. The Wizard of Oz is about God.
Mhm.
So you want a heart. You want a brain.
Mm-hmm.
You want courage. You want to go home. By the way, there's this fictional character in our head. It's only by God. Like, no disrespect with God. So it's a person that we all think we have to see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's why the Wizard of Oz is a fucking mind fuck. Because it took courage to find him.
Mm-hmm.
It took a brain to find him. It took a heart to find him. Right? Think about that. So when you find him, he can tell you, here. You so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You just gave the wizard more power over you.
Already gave your gifts.
It took hard. It took hard to get here. It took courage. It took everything we're missing to get here, just to end up to realize, for him to tell us that, just for us to feel like he's just like us.
Yeah.
Nigga. But what did the Wizard of Oz understand? Presentation.
Presentation's everything.
He wasn't sitting behind the desk saying, hey, I'm the wizard, come holler at me.
Right.
He was like, nah, they looking for me. I need to be on that screen. And he understood presentation.
Yeah.
He understood it. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I know it's so deep. I know it's so deep. Have y'all seen the movie Wicked?
Mm-hmm.
Please watch it.
Okay.
Wicked is about the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Like, literally, Wicked is, the black girl is the wicked witch of the West. You know when Wizard of Oz opened, the house was on her?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the prequel. That's what Wicked's about, right?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll watch it.
if they would have said that, I think more people would have saw it. But it was cult, but it was big, but no one equated it to that. It was the Wizard of Oz. So here's the crazy part, right? It's about a black girl, right? Black girl who everybody outcasts because of her skin color. Well, her skin color was green, right? So she's trying to figure, like, she's getting told she ain't nothing. Her father is ashamed of her. Her family's ashamed of her. Everybody don't like her. And then this one woman is like, oh my God, you're the one. And now she's like, we're going to take you to see the wizard. And they take her to see the wizard. I hate to tell a movie, but this is important for black folks. They take her to see the wizard. And then they say, are you the one? We want to see if you're the one, Wicked. And she's like, I am. Read this spell. She reads it. As she reads it, things start happening. Here's the crazy part. The whole movie was about white people not having power and black girl having magic, and I'm trying to take it from her. That's what the whole movie's about.
Wow.
And they said it in the movie when the wizard, the girl says, why would y'all do that to me? Like, why would y'all do that to me? Like, I'm a good person. Like, why y'all make? Because the spell she did made her hurt. A lot of people started getting hurt in the movie. She's like, why would y'all do that to me? And he's like, well, because we can't do it without you. That's simple. Business as usual. So I be wanting us to know it is business as usual. Don't ever forget this business. Don't ever think they're your cousin. They ain't your family. They ain't none of that. Family is earned.
Yeah.
They got to earn that family shit. Dog, the guy who was the CEO of the company I was at, I thought we were brothers. Until they called me 3 days. He had somebody call me 3 days beforehand saying, tell Ray he ain't coming back. Oh, damn, I thought we were friends. Now you have to recognize we're not friends. Or we're friends as long as I'm benefiting you, but we're not friends when it's time for you to benefit me.
Yeah.
Even if it's that, I live in that truth. I accept that. By the way, I'm not mad at nobody. I just thought we were friends.
Yeah.
And I thought that you would work. I thought that you would do the things for me that I was doing for you, make you look good. You didn't. Okay, cool. That was my mistake. We ain't friends.
Yeah.
That's cool. But and he came back and apologized a year later, like, yo, I'm sorry I did you, but that ain't put no food on the table.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Move
So it's like, I get what it is, but bro, like, I get it, bro. So for me, I just want people to know, like the only advantage to people that you look up to, and as a poor little black kid, I looked up to a lot of people. The only advantage that they have is that they tried and you haven't yet. So try.
Yeah. You know what? Lastly, I want to ask you, podcast. So what made you want to transition from being a powerful?
I didn't want to.
Okay.
Literally, my contract with the last company I was with ended January 14th. They've been telling me since November, your new contract is coming. And then they called me on January 11th and say nothing is coming. At that moment, I got to figure out how to pay my studio bill, how to pay my bills. Like, I'm like, fuck, like I got to figure life out and all of the things that I'm dealing with. And I'm sorry, what was the question? I want to make sure I get to the point.
What made you transition into podcasting from being an executive?
So I'm like, I was always a guy on the inside that knew that inside was going to be in trouble. I'm a Virgo, bro. I need to be comfortable and I need to feel safe. So I can't, like, for example, my homes, all four of them, or all three of them, I own three, all paid off cash. My cars, all paid off. I don't want no debt because I want the option to decide if I want to go today or I don't want to go today. So say that to say, I get 3 days, I get let go, January 11th, they tell me nothing's coming. I cried for a month. Every day I went home crying. And my family never knew, my kids never knew, my wife, nobody knew I was crying every night because, and the reason I was crying, honestly, was because I thought the guy was my friend. And I told my family, as long as he there, we straight, because that's my guy. And, you know, that's my dog. And so it was like crying, then you get home to your family, and then you realize, you know, it don't matter how many tears you got to get up your ass and do something. So here's how the music business works. This is to answer your question. And you work in TV and film, so I'm pretty sure it's the same way. But in the music business, when you get a contract, say if your contract is 3 years. 2.5 years into your contract, the company's gonna let you know if they want to go on and renew or it ain't working. Because they's like, take these last 6 months to go find what you want to do. My company tells me 10 months out. You ain't going nowhere. Call my lawyer. Oh my God, we love Ray. My lawyer's like, they love you. I was like, they do? Okay, I didn't feel it, but okay, I got to trust you, right?
Yeah.
So they let me go. I was in the office and they was like, what you gonna do? I want to make it known they did not let me go. They basically didn't renew my contract, but they told me it was coming. So they let me go. And then I'm like, what I'm going to do? So now I got to either call you or I got to call friends. Hey, man, I need a job. What you got for me? But everybody going to say to me, what?
Right.
What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
You told me they loved you over there. You're the number one guy over there. Like, even now, if you go look at Choppa, Saweetie, those are still my records. You're the number one guy over there. Why would they? So then it looks like I had to do something. Something had to be wrong with me. And I just didn't feel like explaining myself because I was so hurt by it. Telling people my friend did it. So I swear to God on everything. I was like, the revolution is happening outside and I can either go chase it or I can be ahead of the curve and be a part of the revolution. So I said, put a camera, somebody put their phone on, ask me a question. Literally how I started. And then I would do that every day while I'm trying to figure it out. And then I would go out and people would be like, yo, I love your podcast. And I'm like, I don't have a podcast. I just put content on my Instagram maybe my Twitter, but it ain't nowhere. It ain't nowhere else. You know, maybe TikTok, but it ain't like on YouTube. So I was like, well, damn, maybe I should do it. And like, you know, it's been a hard fight. I'm not going to front, and the reason why is because I'm really good at music, and part of me, it's my gift. It's like I'm better than all those guys, and y'all took it from me. So for me, it was like holding on to it, but like seeing the podcast work, holding on to it. And then one day I was like, what are you holding on to it for? And it was like, you only holding because you're good at it. It's like, sometimes I tell this to people, sometimes when you love something, you gotta let it go. And maybe it comes back and maybe it don't. But if it don't come back, at least you know you made the right decision if it don't come back. And if it does come back, then you know you made the right decision because it came back the right way. So I just let it go. And, you know, I've been focusing on the podcast and learning that world. Like, I don't know how to I made 6 figures a year from my pod, but I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning it. So I'm like, I got cameras. So I'm like, if this is going to be my life, I need to figure out how to make this my life. Right?
That's a fact.
So yeah, so, you know, for me, it was EYL. I always tell Rashad and Troy when I fought with them, I'm like, y'all the reason why I did a pod. And I'm doing a show next week, by the way, randomly. But I was like, you know, of course, I'm like, you know, I see the internet world, but I live in the real world. So I'm like, my homegirl worked over at EYL. I was like, I left the situation. I was like, and right around that time, Corday had an interview with them. And I remember being like, oh, they want to talk music. They should just holler at me. So I told her, I said, yo, tell those EYL guys I want to do the show. Like, you know, set it up ASAP. And she was like, oh, they say you ain't got no followers. I was like, oh,
social currency.
Social currency,
That's what, and to be honest with you, that was the answer when I said, put the camera on me then. I gotta have followers. How do I get followers? I might as well start talking.
That's literally, I've been. Oh my God!
I didn't have no social media for almost 10 years. Literally, I'm a '90s baby, so I didn't the Vine era, the Snapchat, the Facebook era. So when I came back out to LA, he was like, "So you a tech founder? You want to do this tech stuff? Like you need to build your social currency." And I was like, man, I do business. Like, that's the whole point. I'm in the background. Like, if I want to be known, I can be known. No, not today. They want to know who you are.
Perception is more important than reality. I've been telling everybody, I'm like, name the fastest growing media companies. You know the person behind it. LeBron James, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z. I'm like, oh, you got to be a celebrity to win in this new world.
You got to have a voice.
You got to have a brand. You have to have a brand to win this new world. So that's when I was like, so, I mean, it's crazy because I ain't had an A&R gig in 4 years, and I feel more powerful than any A&R in the business. I remember a head of a label called me like, yo, Ray, can you just chill with like bashing us? And I'm like, why? Like, what happened? I'm like, I didn't bash it. It was like, all I did was tell the truth. And, you know, that they dropped like 50 artists. And they was like, well, you know, we lost out on a huge deal because an artist manager was like, I'm not signing to y'all because of this tweet, and it was my tweet. So I'm like, so the thing I understand about the business is that it's all about storytelling. Like, why are they not thinking like that? Why are they still, the music business to me is everybody over there is on the Titanic. If you had a label job, if you're just getting a label job, you are on the Titanic. The labels don't need employees no more, right? Because like I told you before, the artists do the work. So like you need a Spotify team, maybe a project manager to manage all of the parts in there. But the only difference between a major label and independent is independent, nobody works together. And a label, they all do. That's the only advantage. Like the product manager and the PR person have the same boss. Compared to if I'm paying him $4,000 and him $3,000, they're gonna blame each other every month. If your product person would have did the PR, and it's like, so that's the difference. But they don't do shit though.
I know I said that was my last question. One last question, and this is for my own edification and curiosity. How much do you think that it takes to properly work a record independently right now?
Who's working it? Let me tell you why. If you're an artist, man, you can work your record with $500. If you're an artist signed to a label, you signed to a nigga, he might as well put up the 10,000. It depends on how magical you are. We like to ask a lot of questions about the music business without factoring in the person we're talking about, right?
Different mitigating
there's a lot of actors,
variables.
but Denzel movie is different. It's a Denzel movie, right? We can go see that. It's a lot of actors. So for me, I would say it depends on if you're a star or not. I'll give you an example. Trinidad James. Star.
All gold, everything.
I don't think Fly. I mean, if Fly worked the record, is because it was working already.
Yeah.
Trinidad James performed All Go Everything. And I was there. I was probably at his third performance, but I heard about the first one and the second one because they was like, "Yo, it's this guy. He wears gold. He gets his record, and he got the song where he's like pop them out. Everybody, like, I'm sweating. Whoa!" And it was like, and I was like, and then I'm out one night at a talent show, and I see some dude with an afro and gold on and a silk shirt, and I was like, "That's Trinidad James."
Yeah.
I didn't even have to be introduced to him, and I'm like, and you watched him blow up and everything else. So it's like, if you Trinidad James, you might not need $1.
Gotcha.
Because he's a star.
Right.
If you're boring, you might need 200,000.
Yeah.
But then if he needs 5,000 and you need 200,000, what are we telling God, guys?
Right.
That I don't want to do the work to be a $5,000 guy. Just give me the 200,000. Like, what are we? If I know somebody can get to the same place for 5 and it's taking me 200, I want to know what that person knows.
It's a fact.
What are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
What are we learning, guys? What are we teaching? It's just, it's so easy. Like, to me, the world is easy because the results are in our face every second of the day. It's like the results are right there. It's like, why are y'all trying to sign an artist? Why artists running to sign the labels? Can you name one in the last 5 years that not only, because by the way, if they coming for their first record, baby, that's what they coming for. The second record is where you gonna know what you're made of.
That's right. That's right.
If they sign you for the first record, nigga, they gonna get you.
Yeah.
They gave you that money. They knew how much money they was gonna make from you.
Right.
That's why they signed you.
Right.
The second record is when they get you. When you realize, all right, y'all put it out, and you at the video shoot, and everything feels bigger. You shot it with your homeboy camera. Now you got cameras everywhere. You feel like I made it, and then you put it out, and you realize the views count just the same as when you was independent.
Yep.
They go just as slow when you're made. And all you can really do is blame your label. Yo, shot my shit. Yo, put me on this. Yo, why y'all doing this? Yo, why y'all doing this? And the label will look at you and say, if you know all those things, why the fuck aren't you doing it?
Right. Right.
And that's why they don't want to tell you. Because if they tell you that, then all you can say is, I can tell you how it really goes.
Yeah.
Everybody comes in high. Man, and welcome and introducing the Holdin Court Podcast. Everybody clapping and shit, Holdin Court shirts, Holdin Court. That shit don't work. 8 months in, y'all went out the back door like, yo, where the Holdin Court folks at? Man, that ain't working. Introducing! And hang on the next person. That's the label business. It's like, who they fucking today? It's like, and my whole thing is if you was smart, it could be you every day. Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Drake, Kendrick, Playboy Cardi. If you're smart, it'll be you every day. If you're not, then, you know, you're going to be one of them artists that's making money one year, then complaining on the internet about how the money going the next.
Yeah. Wow. That's a good game, bro. Well, listen, man, on that note, we ain't gonna keep you no longer, brother. I appreciate you, man. You're a wealth of knowledge. Even I've learned some shit, you know what I mean? So,
but you know, I say this, I say the last thing. Black men specifically need to start leading fellowship amongst black folks.
Yes.
That's another reason why I talk, because it's like, in what other world can me and you sit down and get to know each other for an hour and a half if we don't have cameras on to make it worth our while somehow?
Right. Exactly.
Right? So to me, it's all about our skin color. It's about teaching each other. And it's, man, black people are so beautiful. We just lost right now. And I'm trying to find a light, but, you know, you got to want to come. You got to, you know, like what Rosa Parks said, that famous saying, like, I saved a lot of slaves. I would have saved a lot more if they knew they were slaves.
Exactly.
So for me, I'm trying to lead a revolution of free thinkers to do what makes sense for you. I'm not even saying listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying ask yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
What is happening right now? He's gone. What? If I was watching a movie and I was the main character and that was happening, what the fuck is about to happen to the character?
Right.
You about to get whacked, nigga, duck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you start paying attention to like the world. Like, I should have saw coming. I should have saw what happened to me coming. Yeah. But I was like, they ain't really know Jerry Maguire. They ain't want his friend like that. That's why they fired him. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh no. I have to say this. It's important. I swear, I just have to say this. It's important because it's not about us. But last thing, when I wrote that letter, it's very important. By the way, I was always clear. And I'm saying this because this is the last thing I want to leave with black people. It was always clear. I was like the black guy that you knew was black, but he wasn't like everybody else. You know, like they fucked with me. I made pop records. Everybody fucked with me. So when I wrote that letter and it was on the front cover of Billboard magazine, you know, obviously I got a lot of friends. And this is the crazy part. Every black friend that I called me, because the letter came out anonymous and then I put my name on it because it was such a big deal. And I just white folks didn't respect it if they didn't know who wrote it. So you have white people like, yo, you gotta stand on this so the white counterparts can respect it. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I live in Atlanta. I ain't afraid of white people. So anyway, all my black friends was like, when it came out, was like, yo, Ray, thank you. Everybody, Ray, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. All my white friends said the same thing. Get paid. So when the company I was working for asked me, when the letter came out and they found out it was me, all they asked me was one question. It was a 2-hour conversation, but every time I talked, they would end it with, so what do you want? And my stupid ass, being a black man, is like, nothing. I'm doing this for my people. And by the way, I felt good saying that because that's really why I did it. I don't believe in benefiting from others' pain. I'm like, I did it for my people. And it's like, okay, cool. I should have said I want a new contract, I want a new label. It would have gave it all to me.
Yeah.
But then whose blood would have been on it? What did they do if they gave me that money? What are they telling the world? If they gave me, if I was talking and I said something and now you offer me everything in the world, what are you giving me that for? Silence.
Right.
Because once I take your money, hey, don't you talk now.
Yeah.
Right.
You got paid.
Exactly.
And ain't nothing worth not helping black folks that look like me. Because when I was broke and I was trying to figure out, I told God, I remember promising God, I got robbed, I had a gun in my head a few seconds ago. I'm hiding in the house and I'm like, oh my God, please don't kill me, don't kill me. And I was like, God, if you get me out of this and I get to a place, I'm going to give all the information to all your children. And that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
So if you're black and you listen to this, remember this. It's good to be black and take care of your people, but get yours too.
That's right.
Don't ever get tricked out of your spot.
That's right.
Get yours, and then let your people get there. That's all I'm saying. And that's it.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah.
I just had to say that.
Hey, we got to
super
clap.
important.
We got to clap for that one.
Yes.
We got to clap on that one. Hey, brother. Hey, I appreciate you, Ray.
Now,
You know,
I know what this interview was going to be about. I
yeah.
just know I was coming. And so for me, we could have been talking about sports.
Nah.
I thought it was something else, but this is a really healthy conversation. And I pray that
brother.
people that see it
Yes.
see the intent, feel the intent behind it, because this is superhero work.
Yeah. And you know, kind of piggybacking off of that, and then we'll close out. That's why I created the platform. I tell people all the time, because there's a lot of podcasts, you know, and I created it to humanize the culture, but then also celebrate us, you know, because we see sometimes our lowest moments and our stereotypical moments that are pushed on social media. So I say, man, I want to be able to celebrate us. I want to humanize us. Cool. We can be from the hood. We could went to jail. We can do all of that. But peel back the layers. We're still,
it's so much more.
You see what I'm saying? It's so much. We're not a monolith. We're not just that. You know what I mean?
Agree.
So that's why. So I'm glad that resonates with you, my brother.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, bro, listen, bro, like black people's biggest problem is we don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
If we just talk, and I mean, when I say talk, I mean talk.
Yeah, talk.
If it's a hard conversation, let's not yell at each other. Let's not curse at each other. Let's not call each other names.
Speaking love.
Let's talk, because every time I've opened my mouth in front of any camera, it was always for people that look like us. Yeah. Because I know what it did for my family. I just knew I was going to be a bum working at McDonald's my whole life. Yeah. I just knew that was my life. And, you know, when I see my life now, I'm like, damn. All it took was you to believe in yourself. So I'm like, I'm so happy. Life is so good. When I see other people, I'm like, oh, you mad? You just don't believe in yourself. Yeah. Believe in yourself. Go for it. Like, what are you telling the world? That's it.
That's what it is. Hey. So on that note, we gonna wrap it up, brother. Thank you, brother Ray. Thank you, brother Ray, for coming. So,
thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
This Holdin Court podcast. That's another one with my beautiful daughter, Rachel Renee. Man, and remember, what are you telling the world? We'll tap in with y'all. Salute.